Hey there, Casey Dimon, TaxSaleAcademy.com, and thank you so much for joining me on today's video. I want to discuss something with you guys that will help provide direction for your business. It'll really help get you off the ground if you're just starting, or to help you grow your business if you're already established. And it's 4 simple words. Determine what you want. That's it. Determine what you want. What exactly is it that you want out of tax sale investing? Figuring out exactly what you want to accomplish is of paramount importance in this business and truthfully every other business. And in today's video, we'll be discussing exactly that. And then be sure to stick around to the very end of this video to listen to the most important strategy when it comes to executing your plan. Unfortunately, far too many people get into real estate investing or really any business without a clear vision of exactly what they want to accomplish. And I don't want that to be you, okay? And if you're looking to just make money, that's not going to be good enough. Here's what happens when we get into something and the only direction that we have is to, end quote, make money. We chase opportunities. And usually, we never get anywhere close to that desired result of actually making money. And I see this with a lot of my viewers. They want to start investing. So they start looking at land. But then that's not exciting. So they start looking at homes. Then they heard about excess or surplus funds. And they can make money off that. So they start looking into that. Then they're trying to figure out how to buy properties before the auction. They start looking into that. And oh yeah, they're trying to wholesale properties too. And because they need some quick cash, they might even have a few other businesses they're trying to start on the side. And they also heard about this Bitcoin thing. They want to start Bitcoin mining or something. And it goes on and on and on and on. They do this, and this. They do a little bit of everything, hoping that something works. Like, guys, get a grip. When you have zero focus on what you're trying to get out of something, you're going to end up with nothing. It's like the saying that the man who chases 2 rabbits catches neither one. That's exactly what happens. And the truth is, I completely get it. The internet, it's so full of opportunities. And nearly everywhere that we look is something very, very intriguing, especially to us entrepreneurs. The problem with this is that when you jump from one thing to another, you will never, ever acquire the knowledge necessary to see success in anything. And that's a sad truth in the world that we live in today. All right, let's discuss the 3 things that you must focus on, and then we'll talk about the number 1 strategy to see everything through. And before we go to these 3 things, I want to include 2 extremely important notes for you guys, just so my comments don't get blown up. All 3 of the things work hand in hand. They are very, very closely related. Choose the one that is most important to you first, and then work on implementing the other 2. Secondly, yes, you will absolutely stray from this from time to time, and that's perfectly fine. And you might even combine a few of these different strategies and stuff like that. That's perfectly okay too. The idea here, of course, is to get you reeled in from this and this and this and this to maybe this and this. So it's all closely connected. It's important, guys, to have some sort of strategy that you're working to execute. Don't walk blindly into this business hoping that something will work out, because without a plan of action, you aren't going to commit to anything and nothing is going to work for you. All right, number 1, investment strategy. That's your first one. Have an investment strategy. Determine exactly what that is. Do you even want to invest in real estate? And if you do want to invest in real estate, do you even want to invest in tax sale real estate? And when it comes to tax sale investing, there's a few parts to this. Will you invest in tax liens or tax deeds, or maybe pre-auction or post-auction properties? As you can tell, tax deed and lien investing is a subcategory of a subcategory of the overall category, which is investing, right? Let's look even more. Let's drill it down even more. Once you've dialed it down to tax sale investing, what exactly are you going to invest in, okay? How long are you be planning to make those investments, right? If you're looking at liens, then obviously the holding period is probably going to be longer than some of your deeds, depending on the state statutes and if that delinquent owner redeems it or not. If you're looking at tax deeds, we have a long-term or a short-term holding strategy. Maybe you're going to rent it out and you're going to hold it for the next 30 years. Maybe you're going to flip it within the next month. Obviously, these things might change a little bit here and there based on specific scenarios, but have a solid strategy in place. And a lot of that's going to depend on you, your budget, your experience, all this kind of stuff, right? If you have $1,000 to invest, for example, it's going to be nearly impossible to buy a tax deed for the long term as a rental or something. It just doesn't make sense. So make sure you factor in those outside factors as well to determine what your investment strategy is. Make sure you have a strategy of some sort. Number 2, the area. What area are you going to invest in? Some people only want to invest nearby in the city that they live in, and I get that. But you can also easily invest out of county or even out of state. The majority of the properties that I invest in to this day are many states away. But based on your investment objectives, you can help narrow down your search. You can also, of course, visit our state guide over on TaxSaleAcademy.com. There's a link down below in the descriptions, and that will help you to determine where you can invest that will meet your desires. Then look at the previous auction results and see if your desires are even obtainable in those areas. So you've determined your investment strategy, and now you got the area. What's next? Determine your specific property type in that area. Know exactly what you want to buy. This will be dependent, of course, on your investment strategy as well as that area that you chose. If you want a rental, then obviously you're going to want to focus on an area that has single-family homes. But if you want a rental and the only properties offered there are vacant lots, then obviously you need to go back and adjust one of the other 2 points that we discussed. Either change your investment objectives or change your areas. Also take into consideration your experience, the time investment required, your capital, and everything else that is involved in exactly what types of properties suit you best. So determine your investment strategy and determine which area you want to execute that strategy in, and determine which specific property type you want to invest in. Now, if one of these topics is more important than the other two, go ahead and choose that one first, and that will help you mold and implement the other 2 topics. So again, guys, make sure you know that strategy, where you're going to execute, and the property type. These are really the 3 things you need to focus on to help provide direction for you. Once you have those things figured out and you combine it with the proper training, you have a blueprint in front of you that you can use to meet your investment objectives and your desires, okay? But do you know what the secret is to making that blueprint work? One word: patience. That's it, patience. The news and the internet nowadays give us an unrealistic viewpoint of what success really is. If we aren't the next Mark Zuckerberg, we haven't become uber wealthy while sitting on a beach sipping martinis, or we don't have a Lamborghini in our garage, then we aren't successful according to the internet and the news agencies. Well, this is a false perception of success in life. Success in this business takes patience. Patience as in years. Sure, you can absolutely see small victories along the way. Your first deal, your first $1,000 profit, your first $10,000 profit, maybe your first $100,000 profit. You can and you will likely see success along the way. But this is not the business that you work hard at for maybe a month or 2, and then bam, you're a millionaire or a multimillionaire right away, right? It takes time. I always get emails or comments from viewers telling me things like, properties are just too expensive here, or I went to one auction, there were too many bidders, or I went to my first auction and I just can't see how anybody makes money in this business. Here's what I want to say to them, but I don't. Are you absolutely out of your mind? The most expensive asset that the average person will ever own is real estate, and you're investing in it. You're buying and selling that asset. You're making money from it. Let's look at a doctor, for instance. They spend 4 years in undergrad, another 4 years in med school, then they have a 3 to 7 year residency. They spend 11 to 15 years working on their profession before they start seeing any monetary success. That's over a decade that they invest time-wise, not to mention all the money they're investing too, before they see any success. And you want to quit after your very first auction? Okay, that's the end of my rant. Patience, guys, patience. Everything is tied together with patience. That's it. Never, ever forget that. Get a specific plan. Make minor adjustments as required, and then execute that plan with patience. That is your formula for success in the tax sale business. Don't go into it blindly just hoping to make money. Put a plan of attack in front of you, and then be patient executing that plan. And then, of course, make sure you get training. Make sure you understand and know exactly what you're doing to help you implement your plan. And I promise you guys, you're going to see success as a tax sale investor. But it does take effort, and it does take patience. That's all I got for today, guys. For more information on tax sale investing, head on over to TaxSaleAcademy.com. My book's a great resource. You can also, of course, join the Tax Sale Academy for the most comprehensive tax sale investing training offered. And again, that website is TaxSaleAcademy.com. Have a wonderful day, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.